Dear students, welcome once again to Army Public PMA Resource Network. Before we start our today's subject maths, please subscribe this channel and click on bell icon to receive the upcoming notifications on our channel. I am your maths teacher Nida Makbool. In our today's lecture, we are going to discuss sets. The topic for ninth week is Venn diagrams and complement of a set, given on page 70 to 76. Let's recap what we have discussed about sets in week 8. What are sets? Sets are basically a collection of well-defined and distinct objects. For example, set of fruits, set of games, set of cutlery items, set of jewelry items, etc. What are equal sets? Two sets are said to be equal if they have same elements. For example, if A and B are two equal sets, then this means that the number of elements in both the sets would be equal and they would contain exactly the same elements. What are three methods of describing a set? The three methods which we discussed previously were number 1, listing, in which we actually list down all the elements present in that set enclosed in a curly bracket. Number 2, description, that is, we describe a set using words. Number 3, set builder form, in which we describe a set using a set of symbols. In this week, we are going to discuss another method of description, that is Venn diagram, in which we pictorially describe a set. The learning objectives of this week are, we are going to learn to state and use the term universal set, state and use the complement of a set, recognize a subset and a proper subset, represent sets through Venn diagrams, and show the relationship between sets using Venn diagram. Let's discuss Venn diagrams. Venn diagrams is an illustration that uses circles to show the relationship among things. Venn diagrams help to visually represent the similarities and differences between concepts. Venn diagrams were introduced in 1880 by John Venn. You might be scared by its name, but don't worry. This topic is very simple and also very useful. To see how this works, let's take a look at Ivan's birthday. His mom bought him a lot of red-colored gifts and some fruits as birthday presents. Knowing that his favorite color is red and that he loves fruits. Since Ivan appreciated this so much, he wanted to journal about it. Ivan decides to use a Venn diagram to sort birthday gifts in his journals. Let's see how he does it. He drew a circle to represent all the red gifts and another circle to represent all the fruits. But he remembered that some of the fruits are also red. So he made sure that two circles have an overlapping part. Then he started grouping the items inside the circles. Red gifts go inside the left circle. Fruits go inside the right circle. And red gifts that are also fruits, such as apple and strawberry, go into the overlapping part of the circles. What we see now is called a Venn diagram. The items inside the circles are Ivan's presents from his birthday that he wanted to record. Wasn't that fun and easy? Aside from being a way to list down data, we can also use Venn diagrams to interpret and understand the data. Let's look back at Ivan's Venn diagram between the red gifts and fruits. How do we find out what type of items his mom bought more? Let's count. How many presents are red by counting the items inside the circle for red gifts? So 6 red gifts. Note that we had to count apple and strawberry as well since they are also red. Now let's count the fruits. 8 fruits. If we think about it, of course his mom would buy more fruits so that Ivan can eat healthy. This is the interpretation of Venn diagram. To further understand this concept, let us consider another example in which I am considering two fruits, banana and lemon. What I'm going to do is, I'm going to list down its traits. Banana is yellow, smooth, sweet, and fruit, whereas lemon is also a fruit and is yellow, but it's sour and bumpy. Now I'm going to draw two circles which are overlapping. The traits of lemon will be listed in the right circle, and the traits of banana will be listed in the left circle. The traits of lemon which are uncommon to banana will be listed in this region. Traits of banana that are uncommon to lemon will be listed in this region. And traits which are common to them will be placed in the overlapping part. So now I have listed the traits of lemon which are uncommon to banana, like sour and bumpy, in the rightmost region, and the traits of banana which are uncommon to lemon have been placed in the leftmost region, which are smooth and sweet. Now I'm going to place yellow and fruit in the overlapping region, as these traits are common to both of them. This is how we can correctly place the traits of both the fruits in their appropriate region. And the pictorial representation is the Venn diagram of the traits of these two fruits. To reinforce this concept, let's consider an example of cow and a horse, listing their traits exactly like we did with lemon and banana. Cow has 4 legs, it has horns, it is a mammal, and it makes a moo sound. Horse makes a whiny sound, it is fast, it also has 4 legs and is also a mammal. Now let's make a Venn diagram. Listing the traits of cow and horse in their appropriate region. I will place the uncommon traits of horse in this region and uncommon traits of cow in this region, leaving the overlapping part empty. Traits of horses have been placed in the rightmost region. Traits of cows that are uncommon to horse have been placed in the leftmost region. And traits that are alike will be placed in the overlapping part. So this is the final Venn diagram, in which this whiny and fast are the traits of horse which are uncommon to cow. Horns and moo are the traits of cow that are uncommon to horse, and 4 legs and mammals are the traits of cow and horse which are common to both. The next topic that we are going to discuss is complement of a set. Before getting into the discussion of complement of a set, there is one term that I would like to introduce to you. That is a universal set. The set of all the elements that are under consideration for any particular situation is called a universal set. For example, if we are discussing the traits of any two games, all possible games come under the label of universal set. It is denoted by these two symbols. In Venn diagram, universal set is represented with a rectangle. Complement of a set. The set of all the elements in universal set but not in the given set is called the complement of the given set. It is denoted by prime over the name of the given set. Now let's discuss with the help of an example. Let us consider a situation in which universal set is a set of natural numbers from 1 to 10, A is a set of prime numbers, B is a set of even numbers, and C is a set of multiples of 5. If we have to list down the members of A, then I have to list down the prime numbers from 1 to 10, and it would be 2, 3, 5, and 7. The elements of B would be even numbers from 1 to 10, that would be 2, 4, 6, 8, and 10. And if I want to list down the elements of C that are multiples of 5, that would be only 5 and 10. Now, if I want to find the complement of a set, I have to pick all those elements of universal set that are not present in A. So they would be 1, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10. Notice that A complement is represented with the prime over the letter A. Next, if I want to write the elements of B complement, that would be 1, 3, 5, 7, and 9. All those elements of universal set that are not part of B. Similarly, for C, if I want to list C prime, then I would write all the elements of universal set except 5 and 10. That would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Now I'm going to tell you how can we determine the elements of any set or the complement of a set using Venn diagram. This Venn diagram shows the elements of universal set in A. The rectangle is representing the universal set and the circle is showing the elements of the given set, which in this case is A. The elements have been placed in their appropriate regions. Now if I want to list the elements of A or E, what would be them? Elements of A would be cat, dog, and mouse enclosed by a circle. The elements of universal set are the elements placed inside the rectangle plus the circle. That would be cat, dog, mouse, lion, and tiger. Now, if I want to determine what would be the elements of the complement of A, they would be all those elements of universal set that are not present in A, which in this case is lion and tiger. Now let's discuss what are subsets and proper subsets. Given two sets A and B, we say that B is a subset of A if every element of B is an element of A, and we write B is a subset of A. Proper subset. B is a proper subset of A if every element of B is an element of A and there exists at least one element of A that is not present in B. In Venn diagrams, subsets are denoted as two circles in which the subset is placed inside the circle representing given set. Let's discuss subsets through an example. For example, we have been given a set A which contains elements 10, 20, 40, 60, and 80, and I want to list down the subsets of A as per given conditions. For example, if I want to know what would be the subset if I want to enclose the elements that are numbered divisible by 4. So they would be 20, 40, 60, and 80. Next, if I want to know which would be the numbers that are divisible by 6, so they would be 60. Next, if I want to make a subset of A which contains numbers divisible by 8, so they would be 40 and 80. Moreover, if I want to find out a subset which contains the numbers divisible by 7, so the set would be an empty set as there are no multiples of 7 given in the set A. Listing all possible subsets. Let's consider a set S which contains two elements 1 and 2. If I represent it using a Venn diagram, it would be the set containing one element as 1, the second one is the element number 2, and it also contains an empty set. Now, if I want to list down all the proper subsets of set S, they would be an empty set, the number 1, and the number 2. But if I want to list down all the subsets which are proper and improper, then they would be empty set, the set containing number 1, a set containing number 2, and the set containing both 1 and 2. Before assigning you your written task, there are few points that I would like you to keep in your mind. Remember to define a set as a collection of objects which are clearly defined and are distinct. Recognize that a set can be expressed by Venn diagram. Recognize the complement of a set A is A prime, and it is a set of elements in the universal set which are not members of A. Recognize that A is a subset of B if all the elements of A are also the elements of B. Recognize the empty or null set to be a set containing no elements denoted by empty brackets or by phi. Recognize that a part of set is called a subset and it can be proper or improper depending upon the elements of the subset. Now this is your home task related to exercise 3B. You have to solve all these questions with proper steps and submit them on AIS in week 9. You have to do practice now 4 and 5, and you have to do selective parts of question 1, 2, 4, 5 and 7 of exercise 3B. You also have to do question number 10, 12 and 13 of exercise 3B.